where people will get attached to them if they live with them and they help them and so on. That's totally natural. I think that's really the foundations of what we have at the moment in terms of ensuring that you've got the guardrails in place. So you've got this notion of, you know, transparency and fairness in how it does things. So I would argue that having, let's say it's some kind of bot you have at home that helps you out because you have either disability or some need. As the makers of that, you have a responsibility that they actually get what they pay for, in effect, that you don't put in things to say, well, let's kind of also encourage you to buy these other products that we sell. It's also the principle of transparency and the fact that it's meant to work for the good of humanity. I think that's also a core piece of the EU AI Act. And so those things really should be the guiding factors when it comes to how do you not just develop, but also control and limit in many real ways any real robotic implementations of AI where people will get attached to them if they live with them and they help them and so on. That's totally natural. But then those robots, those AIs are put in a position of trust. And you have to be able to trust them. I think that's really the core point and aim, I think, of the EU AI Act, is to say, well, look, we're going to look at the risk, we're going to figure out what those risks are, and then we're going to abide by these principles. And by doing so, we create trust in what comes out the other end. And I think if we can do that consistently, even as we develop and it gets more capable, we'll come out with something that we can rely on.
Okay.